Hi everyone, doing a queer church today to talk about the new moon in Taurus and set us up for a new week. May is happening, time is passing, second week of May here in this summer, wherever that means, and moving towards longer and longer days, brighter, sunnier times, at least in the cosmos and in nature. As I mentioned before, May is a very special month in this Gregorian calendar as it lines up with the cosmos, starting with a full moon in Scorpio, which we have a touchdown point in the mid time that I'm going to talk about. My cat's trying to jump up, but no, thank you, sir. A touch point in the middle, new moon in Taurus, that's coming up this weekend. And then we end the month with a full moon in Sagittarius, fire full moon. And so because we are in 2026, because we are in the tarot card year of the wheel, because we are in the year of the fire horse of movement and change, having a month that begins midpoint and then ends in this rotation and in this, we are going so differently than last year, which was the year of the wood, snake, and slowness. Last year, which was the year of the hermit in tarot cards. So I want to bring all of that to our focus if you are feeling that, and really hone in on the potential now, the possibilities now. So thank you for taking this time with me. Please give yourself some love, some gratitude. Imagine the sunshine. If you are not in the sunniest place right now, that's fine. We'll begin just with a moment to arrive, to breathe, to settle, let your mind melt. Feel into and maybe even touch your body, remembering who and where you are in this lifetime at this point. And as you breathe, maybe breathing in a little deeper, maybe a little extra spark comes in. My reading today is from Leading with Love, Inspiration for Spiritual Activists. It's a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist philosopher, and it's about making the most of this moment. You may wonder if the most wonderful moments of your life are already behind you. Or you may think the happiest moment of your life is still yet to come. But this is the moment you have been waiting for. This is the moment you've been waiting for. How do we truly embody this idea that this is the moment? We live in a state of perpetual, this is a terrible moment, this is a scary moment, look at what is happening. And as we are seeing our government, our world, our communities, all of the things falling and all of the need, it's hard to think, oh yes, this is the moment for me. And yet it is. This is what we have. This is the moment. And leading up to Saturday, we are in a really special moment of the year, I will say, this new moon in Taurus. It's an incredible opportunity and moment for grounding. We don't want to miss it. So it arrives fully on Saturday, May 16th at 1 o'clock p.m. Something that's really fun about that, usually the Gregorian calendar doesn't necessarily care about the cosmic calendar and it isn't so much aligned. But this time, like I said, in May, we have both first day, last day, and we also have this new moon happening midday on a Saturday. So it's this time when more people have flexibility with their scheduling. It's not middle 3 a.m., on a Tuesday. It's midday on a Saturday. And so I encourage you now, while we still have time to plan, to think about your weekend plans. Think about where you'll be midpoint, 1 o'clock on Saturday. And even if it's just for a moment carved out, how can you let this new moon moment, let this new moon in Taurus be a grounding point for you? How can you carve out, and can you carve out a little time for a nature moment, even if it's just visualizing being in your perfect nature spot for the time? If so, I really encourage you to. It's a great time for grounding, especially because this new moon, it's the moon that's following the new moon in Aries. So last month we had a new moon in Aries. We had the 7-planet Aries stellium. We had this big, like I mentioned before, totally unheard of, unlived in many, many, many lifetimes prior to ours, moment where this first planet, the leader, the I am planet, came, called, broke through, fired us all up. And so last month we all, especially around the new moon, had this, oh, this is who I am. Oh, this is who I am. And this is who I am now. That's why the reading was chosen. This I am this moment. This is who I am in this lifetime, in this portal, in this moment. And I'm not these other things that I used to be, or that I was told to be, or that I've been trying to be, or that I've been pretending to be, or that I've been working towards. I am me where I am now. You are you where you are now. And so that was the last new moon. And now we have a chance with the new moon in Taurus to ground into that. Aries is great at burning things up, at jumping through, at creating the place, but it's not so permanent. Aries is wonderful for the moment, and Taurus is excellent for steadiness, for now and into the future. And so this is a moment as we move to the new moon and work with the new moon to really solidify and ground into the new beliefs that have been created, the new understandings of who you are, the new I am mantras that have appeared, and being able to really plant seeds of stability. And what does this new I am like feel like home? All right, how am I at home in this version of myself, even though things have fallen away, things have burned up, things were very felt with the full moon in Scorpio, right? That is the invitation here. And one of the best things I think about this time, this lunar moment, and working with this new moon is really truly letting other people's expectations, other people's validation, anything external trying to tell you what it is that you need, who it is that you are. This new moon in Taurus says that's white noise. That is nothing. That actually is not important. And so, yeah, just really the opportunity this weekend to ground into who you are becoming, who you have become, and letting anything else, being unmovable from that new truth. So I'm excited for you. I will be sharing as it gets closer a new moon tarot spread, some more information about the new moon, and I'll also be some reflection questions as always. And I'll also have a new moon reflections for your inner child on my Patreon. If you'd like to support me there, it's always appreciated. There's so much inner child stuff that is present, especially Taurus is home. And so we think of home, we think of family, we think of little us. So there's some good opportunity there too. Okay. Let's call for some support. I'm using today the classic. I got called energetically to just use this as a Smith-Waite deck and to kind of just channel Pamela Cohen Smith, who created these illustrations, of which have been moved and redone and modernized and expanded in so many ways, but this feels like a root moment. So what do we need to hear? How might we? And as we do this, maybe you send your own roots down. Maybe just find a moment of stillness. Okay, so big moment, big lunar cosmic moment, moving towards the moon. We, of course, had a full moon in Scorpio last week, which brought up so much. The moon in tarot is very the underworld. We have the sun in the light. We have the moon that is bringing up what is even here is like, this is very new, like full moon in Scorpio, right? So this is also, I believe, so sorry, okay, you want to come for the last bit? Okay. My familiar says I will be a part of this, and I cannot. Okay, baby. The moon in tarot and is very pulled, similar to what came up with the Scorpio full moon, that we're still under the pull of the last full to the new moon that's coming. So I also see this as a reminder to think about what was happening for you feelings wise, what came up during the full moon in Scorpio that highlighted something, that brought something to the feeling surface of shift and change that's going to be important to address as you work with the new moon. Don't put your roots down in water. Don't put your roots down in something that is as yet unclear. And I shared a lot about the full moon in Scorpio on my page if you want to go back and look at those reflection questions in preparation to this weekend. Not a bad idea. Thinking about what's under the surface. Like I said, this is a great moon for I'm grounded. I am, Taurus gets a bad rap for being stubborn, but really it's just unmoving away from joy. It is unmoving away from itself. It is not willing to people please, to extend what it doesn't have, to move away from home unless it is to a place that is also home, right, in its own way. And so in what ways are you with this new moon, with this weekend, with this moment, trying to plant something that is perhaps yet unknown, yet to be worked through emotionally? So this is an invitation, a very strong, I will say, exclamation point invitation to seed through the shadow work around home, around this inner child work, around the maybe growth stretching edges of what has shifted since Aries, to do all of that, bring that all into the light, go there and be there, see what is illuminated before using this new moon to plant the seeds of I am present, I am here, this is it now. Thank you so much. I'm excited for y'all, and I will see you next week.